Hey Vibe Gardeners, in this edition of Vibe Gardening Home Edition, we're going to have a crazy experiment from a conversation I had with a lady on Reddit. I assume she's a lady, I'm not 100% sure. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to start over on cucumbers and see if we can push their growth into Thanksgiving over here on this side of my house. Let's go. So the premise of this video is that from our conversation on Reddit, we talked about the fact that my cucumbers that you saw earlier got either burned by heat waves or more likely it's being burned because of hot compost on my raised bed. Now that you're seeing that there is some avocado going on it, which is kind of shocking, but not surprised. So what we're going to do now is she recommended that I'm going to be using a grow bag. And the grow bag here is going to give me ability to make it portable, as well as at the same time make it so that it is more aerated to give those cucumber roots something to work with. And now this is already middle of August. It's kind of a little too late to start cucumbers, but I figured due to the speed of which those went from seed to first harvest took about 58 days. And I'm assuming starting now in the middle of August, I can probably get something around the middle of October, which is kind of late for them. But because of this brick wall here, this will give it about 10 degrees Fahrenheit temperature swing, which will probably give me enough time. And given that this is just facing this way, facing the wall, is a west-facing side, giving most of the sun. And this is south-facing, which will give it the most sun. And given the light and the temperature heat from the sun, it's going to be like a solar bag, giving this side a lot more sun than it normally would, giving us the heat needed to get the job done. So equipment today I'm going to be using is obviously this grow bag, a 10-gallon grow bag, so that there's going to be enough room for hopefully 2 cucumber plants to grow up, even though the Reddit user told me that they will use only about 1 or 2 gallon planters. Well, I believe to keep things on the safe side, I'm going to use 10 gallons for both of them. So then I'm also going to have generic potting soil. This is the most generic one I can find at Menards. So it is about $3 for 3/4 cubic foot, which will fill it thoroughly enough on this grow bag. It's going to give me enough room on top to put down mulch and kind of give it a little lip. And then I'm going to put in a little perlite. This is about 1 gallon left of my perlite I can put in. That's going to give me a little more aeration. I mean, I technically don't quite need it. I mean, you know, the thing is I'm not using a premium potting mix like a Miracle-Gro. So on the link below, you will see the Epic Gardening kind of tested all kinds of potting soil, and they discovered that, or soil engineers discovered that Miracle-Gro does the best. But in this case, I'm trying to do a weird experiment into the season. And honestly, I don't think it's really worth it to invest too much. Plus, you know, with that kind of compaction, I'll probably need to get a feeding a lot because it's a heavy feeder, the cucumbers. So there's no reason for me to use premium potting soil at this point in the season to do something this crazy. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, cucumber really generally don't grow past, I would say probably early October, late September-ish. But honestly, with this microclimate here, with this brick wall, I can probably push to late October, maybe early November. Thanksgiving is a real push if climate can't keep going the way it is. But worth a try, right? So here we go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to dump out all this 3/4 cubic foot of soil into my little cart barrel here. And then I'm going to dump the rest of this perlite into it, some aeration, very dusty particles. If you're indoors, wear a mask. there we have it. The soil should be ready. And now we fill the bag with soil. And honestly, we probably need a little more soil now. So I'm gonna get another bag and see where we can go from there. So that is everything filled up now. And I must admit, I was a little wrong about not using Miracle-Gro potting soil. That's what I have left over. So I threw some on top. And now I have enough, and hopefully the Miracle-Gro premium soil is gonna help the seedlings sprout up. So now I have some saved seeds from Botanic Interest with their Poinsettia 76, and I got it this year. So let's plant 2 groups of 2 here to make sure at least one of them comes up. And for good measure, why not plant 1 more on each side to make it 3 per side to make sure that they do come up. And now finally, a little gentle watering to make sure they get started. They should be good right there. And the final piece of this puzzle is to be able to put up a trellis. So this is the trellis I've used before with my other raised bed, and it should fit right in. As you can see here, it fits right in here, but it's not fully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. I'm going to use these modular trellis pieces from other trellis that I used before for episode 6. I'm going to use these, tie it up with strip ties, and keep it upright. And I'm going to put it right in here, going up the brick wall. So yeah, let's see how this works out. And here we are. I was able to tie this together. It's not the prettiest setup here, but it's pretty steady. As you can see, I tied things up here. One on top, one in the middle, one in the bottom. I was able to do this on both sides. This middle here is a little bit crazier with a tie job, but I think it'll work pretty well. And yeah, so there we have it. We'll see how this works out. So yeah, this time we set up this trellis with a grow bag and cucumbers planted in the middle of August. Today is August 17th, and hopefully we'll get at least one more harvest of cucumber before the end of the season. But since these seeds are only for this year, it's going to have a 50% or so drop in germination rate next year. I figured I might as well give it a try and see what we can get out of this. So with that said, I'll check back later and show you guys progress as we go. Maybe I'll put up another 5-gallon bag right here where the mint is right now. We shall see, right? All for science. Until then, keep gardening like you vibers want to do.